Hello. Just wanted to send you some love and positive energy and remind you that you are more than enough. I'm going to say this. You've been fighting. You've been fighting. You've been fighting. And you're still fighting. You're fighting all of these external things that are happening, whether it's your job, whether it's your family, whether it's your relationship, whether it's your education, whether it's dealing with this economy. But what a lot of people don't see is how it's affecting your mental, spiritual, and emotional health. With all that you know, you trust the universe, you trust God. And somewhere in the deepest spaces of your being, you know that it's going to work out for you. Because you've never been let down before. It's been dark before, it's been darker before, it's been heavier before, and you've made it through. And I promise you, if you hang on and don't give up, you're going to make it through this season as well. As I mentioned before, some seasons are longer, some seasons are darker, some seasons are colder, some seasons it's more rainy. The temperatures, the weather patterns are all just different. It's like one day it's this and one day it's that, and the rain, the snow, the sleet, the sunshine, the rainbows in the background, the birds chirping. But today, there will be days when you will feel so dark and so heavy that even with all that you know in your being, you're not going to feel it. You're not going to even want to believe that it's going to get better. You're going to want to sit and fall apart and just submit to the fact of, or in your mind's fact that this is what it is. I've had a whole bunch of joys in the past, and so maybe I ought to just be thankful for that. But I'm going to tell you, again, hang in there. It will get better. Every season is different because every journey is different. And again, I'll say it, where you're going requires more. And so even when you feel like, well, God, universe, whatever you call it, I'm going to say God for the rest of this conversation, just so that y'all know. I don't feel anything. I'm tired. I just want to quit. Could you? And it feels like you hear nothing. It feels like you don't feel anything. And I would like to believe that in those times, again, honor your feelings. Cry when you need to cry. Fall out when you need to fall out. Yell when you need to yell. Be silent when you need to be silent. But I'd like to believe that in those times is when we really need to silence everything as much as we can, because some things are easier said than done. I think those are the times when it goes deathly silent. It's when we need to perk up our spiritual and emotional ears so that we can hear. And sometimes just sitting in the silence gives you the answers. You start to just, with no distractions, starts to focus in on the next step. So many of us are focused, myself included, on getting out of this situation and running across the finish line. No. Let's get to the next step. If you watch, whether you love it or not, if you watch, we'll say just the Olympics, during track and field, one of the races is the hurdles. They're seeing themselves at the finish line, the runners, but they realize they have to go over each hurdle. I think there's probably 7 hurdles, or I don't know. Anyway, so let's focus on getting to the next step. And there's a lesson in that next step. We're going to get to the finish line, but know that there are steps that we have to take. There are holding patterns that we have to sit in. There are things that we're being protected from. We can't just run out in the middle of the street. Mom has to put her arm up so we don't run out and get hit by the car. There are things that we're being saved from. And then there's also the thing of there's something preparing us not only for where we're going, but it's preparing where we're going for us. You gotta know that. You gotta believe that. And so the purpose of this message, I pray that in the midst, from the moment you hear this message, I pray, my sincere prayer is that you rediscover the joy, the hope, the inspiration, the encouragement, the sustainability within yourself. No matter where it comes from, I pray that you rediscover the joy within yourself, and that from this day forward, even though your situation has not changed, or it does not feel like it's changed even an inch, I want you to remind yourself of how amazing you are, because you are here, because you exist, because you have purpose. You are amazing. And then I want you to also start to work outward and focus on, you have your health, you have your strength, you have your right mind in order to know that you're not happy right now. A lot of you have the use and activities of your limbs. You can walk on your own, you can move on your own, you can change your own clothes. You're not tied up to a feeding tube. And start to work from that space of joy, grace, gratitude. And I pray that, again, in this moment, although it feels like nothing has changed, that you rediscover joy. And as this joy is being rediscovered, you're realizing there's even more to be joyous about. So I'm here to encourage you as I'm going through my own stuff. I think there is strength in numbers, and it takes a village. Not just to raise a child, it takes a village to raise adults, because a lot of us, even in our adulthoods, need raising and need confirmation and affirmation. We need new knowledge. We need encouragement. We need to know that our life still matters. And so I pray, I really do pray, my sincere prayer is that we rediscover the joy and the peace and the reality that our existence matters. Stop focusing on the smoke and mirrors of other people's lives. And again, a lot of things, it's easy to just say it, but how do we do it? And that's the thing. Everybody's journey is different. So what it looks like to me is going to be different from what it looks like to you. But my prayer is that the joy returns, and with the joy, the peace. That moment of, you know what? Today I have to do this, 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 and this. And some days it's like, today I'm just going to sit and be grateful. I'm going to sit and think. Some days it's the actual physical work, and some days it's the mental breaks. Take them all the way that you need them, and just trust. Continue to trust that everything is working for your benefit. Whether it's to grow you, whether it's to grow you mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, whether it's protecting you from things that are happening right now, whether it's protecting you from getting to your dream place in life and not having the skills or the wisdom or the fortitude to sustain being there. It's one thing to get there. It's another thing to have the appreciation, the sustainability, the wherewithal to stay there. So know that it's a process. No matter how bad it may feel, up days, down days, in between days, stay the course. Stay the course. All right? I love you guys. I pray for peace within this journey. And if you've already gotten to your destination, turn back. Bring your brothers and sisters up. Ask them, don't lose all the stuff you just gained. But where you can be helped, even sometimes it's just, how are you? It's not even the physical help or going into your pocket. Sometimes it's just acknowledging someone else's presence, acknowledging that someone else that you know is going through something because you see it in their face, you see it in their actions. Just say, hey, I'm here. You matter, and I'm here. I may not have the tools, I may not have the fortitude right now in this moment to do all the things. Because again, sometimes, and I can speak for myself, I used to run and put on my Superman cape and go and solve someone else's problems for them. Who did that help? It got them out of that situation, but they missed the lessons they were supposed to learn. And yeah, so my prayer for you is that you rediscover your joy and that you receive in this moment an enormous amount of peace. Not the peace that gets you so comfortable that you just stop trying, but the peace in the midst of the trying. I want you to have enough peace with the uncomfortability that's going to make you continue to push on. It's very uncomfortable right now, but I have the peace that says, ouch, this hurts, but I'm not going to fall apart. So I love you guys. I love you guys. Thank you for allowing me to express myself. As Donald Lawrence's song goes, sang by Sherry Moffett Jones, as I minister to you, I'm ministering to myself. So thank you for allowing me to speak life into you as I speak life into myself. I love you guys. I love you guys. We can change the world one person at a time, one hug at a time, one smile at a time, one message at a time. Yeah, if you know somebody that needs to hear this, just share this with them. You know, it's not about the likes and views and this and other. It's about touching lives. So let's touch lives together. Let's be change makers. And we all have different parts to play. Play your position. We all have different roles. Play your role, play your position, and let's all get to a better place together. I love you guys.